Today we're talking about what type of access private investigators have to DMV records. Stay tuned. This is Tim Santoni and welcome to the Ask a PI show, where we answer those questions you've always wanted to know but didn't know who to ask. Today we're talking about DMV and what kind of access does private investigators have to the DMV. So we get this question all the time. Hey, we've got the plate of a vehicle. Can you tell us who owns it? Yeah, sure, no problem. We can handle that. As an investigator, we have access to DMV records in almost all 50 states. And every different state has different rules in terms of what they give you access to. For instance, here in California, if we have a plate or a VIN, we can tell you who the registered owner or owners are and the legal or lien holder is. However, we do not get addresses, and many times our clients assume that if they have a plate or a VIN, we can tell them who owns the vehicle and what their address is, and this just is not the case. So one other thing an investigator can do is run what's called an automated name index, where they look for vehicles owned in a given individual's name at a given address. This means that you must have the address and name where the vehicle is registered, or you will get no hit. This requires you to search any and all potential addresses where your subject is or was residing in order to determine if there's any vehicles, RVs, trailers, or other items that are registered with the DMV, such as a motorhome. One other useful thing you need to know about DMV records is that if you need to know who owned a vehicle as of a date of loss or date of accident, make sure you tell your investigator what that date of accident or date of loss is, so they can make sure to search for records dating back to that period of time, because an investigator would have access to what's called a photo history, which are the actual transfer and sale documents that are then filed with the DMV when a purchase or a sale occurs involving a vehicle. Private investigators also have access to DMV records as it relates to driving records. This means based on a subject's name and date of birth, or last name and driver's license number, they can determine what's on their driving record. Violations, citations, accidents. This could be useful if you're trying to determine if your subject was involved in a non-industrial accident prior to your date of loss, or if you want to know if they have a history of moving violations as it relates to their credibility and what they may have said in a deposition. So check with your investigator, as the rules do vary state by state, as each state's DMV has different rules. For instance, in the state of Nevada, you can get addresses based on a plate or the name of an individual when you're on your driving record. Where in California, if you have their plate or their driver's license number, you will not get their address. So keep those things in mind as you talk with your investigator about DMV records on your next case. Thanks so much for tuning into the show. If you like what you see, please give us a thumbs up. Please keep in mind that we do a weekly show where we answer questions from our clients. If you'd like to subscribe and get updated on those new shows, we greatly appreciate it. Again, if you have any questions, please send them to tsantoni@santoniworldwide.com or tweet @tjsantoni, and we look forward to answering your question on a future show. Thanks.